Good afternoon. My guest this afternoon is Rob Davies, Executive Vice President of Operations at Vion Corporation. We are talking about cloud initiative, cloud implementation, and federal rules around the cloud environment. Rob, making the move to cloud for the government agency is proving to be more complex, lengthier than ever expected. What advice do you have for an agency who is moving towards cloud adoption?
You're right, Tom. It's taken a little bit longer than any of us thought. I think the first thing that agencies need to do, and that our customers need to do, is think about why are they consuming cloud? How is their mission going to be more effective with a cloud platform? What business are they going to conduct in the cloud? Which applications are they going to move to the cloud? And what I'm really getting at is I think they need to, just like the adoption of any other platform or technology, there needs to be a plan associated with it. And a lot of that in agencies and federal government starts with a strategic plan for their technology and where it's going to go in the coming years. There are legislative requirements to go to cloud. There are good security reasons to go to cloud. And there are budget and operational flexibilities that come with a cloud platform. So I think it's considering all those items against the technology that they currently run, and when and where am I going to move what system, what application to the cloud, and why. And as I like to tell our customers, start small. Don't take your biggest, most critical application and try to move that to the cloud right away. Start with a development application, start with a new system, and understand why you're trying to leverage cloud. Is it a budgetary reason? There are very good budgetary reasons to move to cloud, but that might have a whole different migration model. Then I've got a brand new application I need to get into my portfolio quickly, and I need to deploy an agile development model to get it there. And again, that's a whole different reason for consuming cloud. So I really understand why you're getting there, and I think that's the foundational advice I give.
Cloud comes in a lot of different variants. So you can have cloud to provide a server construct for a customer. You can have a cloud that provides a data construct for a customer. How does the customer pick which one, if not both, that they go to?
Again, I think that goes back to their strategic plan and what their application and system environment is like. So, lots of storage activity to pick up on that example. Lots of transactions moving back and forth. Well, that can often, in today's public cloud models, that can get very expensive very quickly. And all of a sudden, you're in a place you don't want to be with your budget and your obligations. And it's understanding how those pricing models and how your bills are going to be impacted every month. Also, taking a look at, I talked about it a little earlier, the development environment. I'm going to do some testing and development with applications in the cloud to understand what those parameters are and where they're going to run best. Discover they run very well in a cloud environment. I get the right performance, I get the right security, I get the right response times, but I'm going to keep my data close because I've got PII, I've got system of record type of information. I don't want to put that in the cloud. Also, I don't want to pay the transactions because I'm going to be hitting a lot. So I keep that close to me, and then I've distributed my budget more effectively. I get good performance from the cloud. I'm paying for what I need when I need it. I can burst seasonally if I need to. I can also leverage a cloud model for that storage that I'm going to keep on-prem. And I pay for what I need, I keep my data close, and I keep it under my security regime. So I think that's where you can get the best of both worlds.
The best practices in an operational environment in any agency today with a data center has a set of SLAs which basically say, here's what I'm going to give the end users. Here's the guarantee to the end users. How do you tie the SLAs needed for cloud with a procurement system that can state that and stipulate it in the bid?
That's a good question, Tom. And those SLAs are very important for not only for the contract, but for jump-starting the program, for getting operational quickly. And I think we've seen great success when we can divide SLAs into two categories. You've got technical SLAs around the delivery and deployment of new capacity. And you've got performance SLAs around response times, outages, things of that nature that happen around processing. So you can then divide your SLAs and understand that I have this number of hours or this number of days to deliver new technology or to deliver new capability, and you have that discussion. And then you can have, I think, what is a much more complex discussion about performance SLAs, because you need to really understand both the provider and the customer, those workload characteristics. How is that application going to now function in the cloud? What SLAs do I really need to have? How quickly do I need those response times? And if we define those SLAs in the old way of a data center with its constructs and its silos of storage and network and systems administration, that's not how the cloud works. So we need those those performance SLAs to really match up with the workload. And we have a lot of experience in helping advise our customers what those SLAs may be like and what those operational characteristics look like in a day-to-day production environment. But they're going to vary a little bit from customer to customer. I think defining a benchmark set of SLAs and then modifying those SLAs as the workloads change, as the workloads grow, and making sure you have a contract that can accommodate those tweaks to that operational environment, 2, 3, 4 years out, because you're probably going to be in the cloud from that point forward.
FedRAMP is in the back of every agency's mind. FedRAMP and cloud, how do they tie?
FedRAMP is a complicated issue right now. They tie together. It's the security framework for the cloud, standard protocols and processes in order to operate a secure public cloud environment, so the federal government and the consumers of that information know it's safe, we're not going to have data breaches, we're not going to be hacked. And today, there's a lot of discussion around FedRAMP and where it needs to be improved and what's worked, and it's a complex issue, going to be hard to solve. I think some guiding principles help there. FedRAMP needs to be, people need to understand it. It needs to be easy to understand and transparent. What is it, and how do I interact with it? I think it needs to be a process that moves faster. We've seen 18 months or greater to reach FedRAMP compliance for providers, and that's too long. People have made investments and they're already moving out, we've seen. And then I think FedRAMP needs to, the operational construct has to be easier to engage with. How do I conduct the audits? Who does the audits? How long do they take? Those three principles could help simplify FedRAMP for industry and for government. And it's a very timely topic. I've seen articles in the last 2 or 3 days covering that very issue.
Rob, thank you for your time today.